Opening of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Construction of the Sydney Harbour Bridge began in 1926. The bridge took 6 years to construct under the supervision of engineer Dr. J.J.C. Bradfield. Dr. Bradfield designed the bridge and chose the English company Dorman, Long and Co. of Middlesbrough to construct the bridge. The bridge cost £6.25 million and was also known as the Coat Hanger. The bridge joined the city of Sydney at Downs Point to the North Shore at Milsons Point. The construction of the bridge was completed in January 1932. The bridge was opened in March 1932 and was a huge event for Australia. 750,000 people turned up to celebrate the opening. Premier Jack Lane decided that he would open the bridge himself. Speeches followed from the Governor, Sir Philip Game, the Minister of Public Works, Director of Dorman, Long and Co., and finally Lawrence Ellis. The celebration for the Sydney Harbour Bridge lasted 2 weeks. In addition to the opening ceremony, there were boat races, Air Force flying demonstration, fireworks, carnivals, art exhibitions, balls and dinners, a race meeting, tennis tournament, marching bands, fireworks, a cricket match, and a parade of boats and ships. Traditionally, the Governor would open the bridge, but Premier of New South Wales, Jack Lane, announced that he would perform the ceremony. On the day of the opening, the new guard opposed to Lang and his policies, causing a dramatic protest. The new guard member, Captain Francis de Groot, charged forwards on a horse and after 2 attempts slashed the ribbon and declared the bridge open, in the name of the decent, loyal citizens of New South Wales. Lang did not get a chance to cut the ribbon. Soon after, de Groot was dragged from his horse and taken away to the police station and fined £5. The ribbon was retied and Lang performed the official opening ceremony, accompanied by a 21-gun salute and an Air Force flight past. People were outraged that royalty was not invited to the opening. The Major of North Sydney, Almond Primrose, was a member of the New Guard, conducted a similar ceremony at the other end of the bridge. After the opening, a 2-kilometre parade was held, led by the band Youth Australian League, followed by 328 schoolchildren, 100 Harbour Bridge workers, 20 Aboriginals, representative groups and commercial groups. There was a lot of political tension throughout the day. The New Guard were going to use the opening of the bridge to publicly make a political statement against Premier Jack Lane. The New Guard members were suspicious of Premier Lane's response to the Depression. 2 months after the opening, the New Guard achieved their goal. Jack Lane was dismissed from his position as New South Wales Premier. When the bridge first opened, it cost 6p for a car to cross. A horse and rider cost 3p. The Sydney Harbour Bridge soon became a proud symbol of strength and resilience of the nation, which had been affected in the Great Depression. Despite difficulties in 1929, the construction of the bridge continued. The construction gave employment to more than 1,400 men. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is admired by foreigners and Australians as a tourist attraction. The bridge climb was introduced in 1998, bringing more tourists to Sydney Harbour. Sydney Harbour Bridge is the widest bridge in the world, holding 8 traffic lanes. It is also the strongest bridge, being able to carry a heavy weight. The opening of the Sydney Harbour Bridge in 1932 had a great significance in Australian society. The bridge cemented Australia's status as a rising nation and joining of Sydney's 2 shores. Nationally, the opening of the Sydney Harbour Bridge marked a huge step forwards for Australia. The bridge was Australia's first internationally recognisable construction and demonstrated to the world that Australia was successful, even through the Great Depression. The bridge was a way to celebrate the brave efforts of the soldiers and remember the men who never returned from the war. John Bradfield, the engineer, said, "The bridge will typify the resourcefulness and idealism of our fallen men."